Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Whiskey Wednesday. We're having another with Espo. I'm still Espo. Let's see. Green light. Green light's on. We're laughing. I think so, anyway. Yeah. Triple check. Why not? Mic's on. Chris, sorry, I haven't changed it around yet. It's Whiskey Wednesday. I feel like having an orange later. Gonna. But it's also time to get into the last of the Christmas gifts. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel. And I figure if we're going to be tasting Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, we should probably combine that with tasting Jack Daniel's Holy Fuck, I'm Having a Bad Night. Old number 7. I mean, that's what it's called. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey Sour Mash. Here we go. We're going to try that out. We've got a couple of Glencairns here. We've got our bookie book. We've got Timbit snurfing around over there, doing things. Let's start off with the number 7. Number 7, of course, not being the number of recipes or even just the amount of times they fucked up before they figured this is the one we'll stick with. It was the 7th distillery registered in the district. Now you know. That's how they got old number 7. Jack Daniels. Jasper Newton Jack Daniel. And honestly, it doesn't smell all that bad. I don't think I've ever actually sniffed Jack Daniels before. Kind of sweet. There's something kind of candy, like peanut brittle, kind of. Maybe a little apricot. There's probably more notes in that, but fuck, I'm not going to waste too much time with it. Actually smells really nice, all things considered. So I really should shout this out. Liz, this one's for you if you're watching. It's the Jack Daniels Day. We're enjoying. Here we are. And also, I'll do it back. You know I'll do it back. So don't try. It's a lot lighter than I was expecting. Of course, it used to be 94 proof. And then in the 90s, they bumped it down to 87 proof, I believe. Maybe 84. In that range. I forget exactly which. And then in 02, they bumped it down to 40 proof. Presumably so they could just make a whole fuck ton more of it. Because it's just, you water it down a little bit more, you've got more whiskey. Honestly, that ain't half bad. I had a whole line prepared. It was going to be fantastic. It tastes like I don't know any fucking better. No, it actually tastes pretty fucking good. That's surprisingly tasty. Son of a bitch. Here we are. What am I getting off of that? It's kind of oddly creamy. A little bit sweet. A little nutty. Can't figure out what kind. More of that peanut brittle kind of thing going on, where you get that crunch, that sugar kind of crunch, that flavor from it anyway. Like that kind of not quite sponge candy, but in there. Something on the back end, something kind of tropical. I can't quite put my fucking finger on it. That ain't half bad. Let's put that over ice and see what we're doing. Got a gorgeous ice ball here. Into the murder glass she goes. Pour that on. That's barely enough for a tasting, but we're going to be fine. We're not really doing too much to screw around here. Doesn't really open it up anymore, but again, that's a lot of ice for not that much whiskey. Guys, I'm fucking shocked here. I was expecting this to be just rocket fuel tasting, because I have never ever liked Jack Daniels on its own. Old number 7, it's very much its own thing. That actually tastes pretty good today. Some bitch. Huh. How much have I changed? Oh, God. What do we have for dinner? That's got to be something to do with it. I don't know. I'm kind of digging it. Never been a huge Jack and Coke fan, but I've also never just sipped it straight on ice. Huh. Wasn't a huge fan of the Sinatra blend when I tried it, but that's not too fucking bad. Not too bad at all. Oh, I'm a little bit thrown. That's kind of weird. Huh. My palate changed that much that I actually like Jack Daniels now. Or is it a tonight thing? It might be a tonight thing. I don't really know. I'm gonna watch this back later and write all that down because I wasn't listening and thinking to myself. That's smart. Good job, Nikki. But that's old number 7. Sour Mash Tennessee whiskey. Fun times. Uh, yeah, the breakdown is 80% corn, 8% rye, and 12% malted barley. Same mash bill as this sucker here, the single barrel select. I thought, I thought this was barrel proof. I thought this was the bonded kind. It is not. 47%, so 94 proof. And get herself a Glencairn here. Give a nice little pour. Gorgeous color on that. And great looking bottle. Like, honestly, even if I don't like this bottle looks beautiful. I'm down. Let's go for the information. Magda, can you hold that for a sec? Thanks, Dollface. I've been watching too much Mad Men. See, Jack Daniel's single barrel. This one I'm going to write down because I'm thinking now. Single barrel select. Let's see. Tasting date. It's the 15th. Hey, Whiskey Wednesday. What's up? Barrel House 2-8 or 2-28. There's no spot for that on here, so I'm not going to bother with it. There's no age statement on the bottle. I assume it's a few. I'm sure I can figure it out. It says filled on. Oh, this is recent. Filled just back in either July or September, depending on which way they do the month. I'm assuming that's September 7th. And barrel number 24-05786. 24-05786. Perfect. Good. Like I said, based out of Lynchburg, because of course it's Jack Daniels. Where the hell is people based out of? What else we got? Color. Well, if that doesn't feel like tawny, I don't know what the hell else is. The clarity. That's nice and clear. Again, gorgeous bottle. Very happy with this thing. Legs. Give her a spin. Yeah, sticking around a little bit. And beating. We give her a shake. Kind of clings. We'll check that off. Let me slow, clear. Perfect. To the aroma. Let's give her a sniff, shall we? I will. Kat, thank you for interjecting. That's delightful. Oh, there is a little bit more vanilla on the nose of that than the original, than the old number 7. Single barrel's coming through a little stronger, and it should. It should smell a lot stronger, obviously. It's got that extra 14% or 7% tacked on. The price of the bottle, I forget. I think it was in the 60s. Could be wrong. Might have been 70s. Canadian LCBO. Figure it out. Same kind of notes, though. It's that caramel vanilla. This smells a little bit more bourbonish than the last. It's obviously, it doesn't say sour mash on this, but it's the same mash bill. It's the same 8812 breakdown. I'm going to pop down caramel. Like some apple? Kind of? Let's pop that down. Why not? Voice went a little bit on me, eh? That's fun. Had a little bit of a cold last week. It's mostly gone now, but every now and again, voice just does a thing. Little bit of vanilla. Almost some like banana peel. I'm gonna pop it down. Why not? There's no wrong answers. It's my book. No one really needs to see it. Except for you. Tens of people watching right now. All in all, that's a real nice sniff. Where's that other bottle? Thank you, Kat. Appreciate that, babes. Yes, thank you. Looks like this is the same-ish bottle. Obviously, different barrel. Same-ish bottle that I was trying this out with here. Same percentage, same branding on it, so, well, slightly different branding. There's something else there. Coffee beans? Kinda? No. Maybe? Like mocha? Like actually sweetened coffee. That's kind of, yeah. It's got like a frappe kind of smell to it. I'm gonna write down mocha. Let's go with it. Why not? I don't know any better. Looks like it's tasting time, kids. I'm gonna get a little more water first, though, because that seems like a thing to do. A little bit more water. Get that voice back out again. Maybe talk not into my chest, but over this way. A little stronger, which again, to be expected, 7% higher. Not as sweet, not as airy, not as... Definitely just kind of sits there a little bit more. There's like a nuttiness to it, kind of. But like kind of peanut shells, more or less, in that kind of vein. A lot of oak. Decent amount of caramel and vanilla. Pop that down. Then it takes a while to finish, too. It's a little bit of a richer sweet on the finish itself. Kat, what are you doing? Kat's chewing the hell out of some plastic. That's fantastic. That's going to be awesome later. Something nice and fruity, though, at the back end. A little bit spicy. Again, not nearly as sweet and as light as this one was, which probably to be expected. Well, let's try it over ice. See how that goes. We've got our Temu ball here. Pop that down. I think we can put the book away. Pretty safe with that, what we've got so far. Down she goes. That enough? That's probably enough. Give that a quick swirl. Does it change anything on the nose? Let's find out. Almost brings out like a maple cream. That's fancy. I like that. That's fun. More of the same when I sip it. On ice, it doesn't really do too much to it. Kind of enhances that back end of it, though. Some brown sugar back end. There's a Timbit around here somewhere. There he is. Hey, bud. Want to say hi? Oh, we got a Timbit. What's up, dude? Feeling good about this? No? You're just tired? Yeah? Okay. Love you, bud. Oh, that's my buddy Timbit. You know, that's pretty. All right. It's not my favorite thing, but it's pretty tasty. It's got some of that back of the mouth bitter. I think I like the number 7 better. Son of a bitch. This is weird. I don't like this anymore. I don't know what I'm figuring out. I feel like someone switched these bottles on me. because that would make more sense. Fuck it, whatever. Here we are. It's that kind of day. It's Whiskey Wednesday. We're going to see if it old fashions. And honestly, why the hell shouldn't it? We got to do it a little bit differently today because, like a dummy, I broke my orange bitters. Bumped into my table, my little bar top here, and that sent the bitters flying. In you go. Got our little 1/4 ounce of rich raw sugar syrup. Oh, what do we have here? What's going to lend itself to that? We're going to do a dash of Vango because, well, it just wouldn't be fair without it. 1 dash of Vango, and I think because of what was in there, we're going to break out, spiced maple from Wild Muskoka. Let's see what that does. We're going to do about 4 drops because I think that's about a dash. 6 drops. 6 drops feels like a dash, doesn't it? Sure it does. Why not? Why wouldn't it? Should really measure that out sometime. Let's get some ice. Some lovely hand-flavored ice. And give that a stir. I've got the wrong kind of spoon today. We're double-handing this one. Jack Single Barrel. Old-fashioned with some spiced maple bitters from Wild Muskoka Botanicals. Not going to give that a taste ahead of time because that feels like cheating. Pour that over our kind of sort of fresh ice, kind of not. In that goes. Magda, if you could hold that, please. Thank you, darling. Get our orange peel. It's been in the fridge, so it should be nice and expressive. Oh, yeah. Lots of spritz. Give that a quick nose. In she goes. Let's see how we did. Very orangey. It's always a good sign. It's a good old-fashioned. It's a really good old-fashioned. I'm going to do a thing. I feel like I've been going a little bit stronger lately. Add an extra ½ ounce to this. Just bump it up a touch. Give that a little stir in glass. It'll be fine. Don't worry so much. That's a little better. It's a little too sweet. Just a little too sweet. JD's already a little bit sweet to begin with, so I think that's kind of where we were erring. There you have it. We've got our old-fashioned. Yes, it does old-fashioned. It old-fashions like a motherfucker. That's fantastic. That's delicious. Highly recommend. That maple's really doing some work there. I like that a lot. Spiced maple, delicious. Jack Daniel's Old Fashioned. It's Whiskey Wednesday. Thanks for coming by. I had a great time. Hopefully you guys did too. Forecast looks like poo for like the next week and a half, so I probably won't be doing anything on Sippin' Sunday. Just pretend I was here and have one for me. In fact, have 2 for me because I'll be in my truck probably for most of the week. Cheers.